So the Pokemon Legends ZA demo has been shown off to a lucky few, but here's the thing. If you didn't get to play it yourself, you probably missed a ton of hidden details that completely change how we look at this game. From background teases to mechanics hiding in plain sight, this demo was packed with hidden secrets. Alright, the first image is showing something very complex, like we don't actually know what this was if we don't know the context. This probably looks like a Pokemon Center to some of you if you see those 6 Pokeballs floating in the side. It also kind of looks like we're in a hospital of some sort or a museum that studies Pokemon archaeology, where they study the bone structures and how it relates to the humans and stuff like that. But this is actually supposed to be the Pokemon lab. If we remember X and Y's professor's lab where Sycamore was studying Mega Evolution, they used to have an image of Trubbish, but now in ZA it's the Lantern line. So next to the Lantern line is also a DNA helix, which is literally the symbol of Mega Evolution. Also, they added a Pinsir image on the wall, where Pinsir is also a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. So this whole lab and this whole data systems, I think it also could really show how they are further studying Mega Evolution, as it also looks like the researcher that is basically just talking to us about what we could really do with Mega Shards and how we could further use it to really help with the rogue Mega Evolution that has been causing the problem, you know? But there was a list of the available Pokemon ZA Pokédex, but Lantern isn't there. So it could be a Pokemon that could be added in the DLC, and therefore get a Mega in that DLC too. So if it's not in ZA, we could obviously, if it's not in ZA, then they're probably like hyping us up for the DLC. Now this one is very funny because he's just floating on the sky, like there's no barrier, he's not standing on the ground. It looks like he's about to suffer a terrible fall. The funny thing is I noticed that there is actually Mega Shards all the way at the top here, and our trainer would be walking here, so I wonder how we would get these Mega Shards. I think a flying type Pokemon would be needed. And also there's blue holograms. This looks like something that would be like technology that would separate us from trying to go there. Let's move on to the next image. It's also taking place in the sky. This one is with Paxton standing. He's kind of just looking at the distance, and this bridge is very hollow. Not hollow, I would say more like small, and it's actually Honech is following behind. It's kind of creepy that it has dull, lifeless eyes. Like there's no eyes. It looks like holes, and it's still cool though because it looks like it's just a loyal sword following us. And another one is that Paxton is also climbing something. It's funny how he is with Pikachu since Mega Raichu is gonna be there in the DLC. Wait, this is actually very creepy. Did you guys see this, or is it just me? Like, there's this trainer that is looking at us right before we're going up. Like she has a hand over her mouth. She's like being so stealthy. Like, are we gonna ambush Paxton and catch him off by a surprise attack? She's like, yes, I'm deviously planning that. Okay, another one is another climbing image. This one is like the same. We've seen in the trailer that he's able to climb ladders, but also take portals all the way up to the top and go vertically. Up buildings, it saves time, rather than us manually climbing mountains in the snowy weather in Arceus. You know, when I saw this name, John District, or John Jit, whatever, District, I thought of Jitani or Jacinth. Like, remember there used to be leaked characters all the way back in March, and they said that it was going to be a buff mate that would just be there, right? Like a buff mate for Pokemon ZA. And that's what I thought the name was based off of, because sometimes these leaks, even if they're very obscure, people actually get it right many times, like in certain ways that we don't know. So another thing is that this is not really a surprising image. I don't know what this is in the background. Wait, this is actually Zygarde, the Zygarde dog form. I like how we're following it. I did see in the demo where we have to follow it to a certain thing, and that means that Zygarde is going to be available in the early game, not like in the middle or the end. It's like Scarlet and Violet. And an interesting thing is that I saw that Halucha is actually hinted in the beginning, where it was like a kind of a teaser that he would get a Mega Evolution, and it's very nice that he's there. It's a very intricate detail. And something interesting is that we see that in the lab, I'm assuming this is the lab because of the ground tiles, there's Sycamore with Garchomp and Chespin. So that means that his legacy is still there. I think this is like a museum thing. I think he might return as an ancestor of some sort. I don't think he would return just in that form, like his young version self, since, a lot of things have been changed and it's a Legends game, so they're trying to keep things new. This is another cool image. I didn't know that you could climb this sort of stuff. It looks a little bit too tall. I don't really know how he could just be able to do that. And there are stairs here, obviously, so I think there'll be moments where you could get Mega Shards or find wild Pokemon in these stairways. I didn't really get to play the demo, so I didn't really know what the demo screen looked like. And for some of you guys, I know most of you wouldn't go all the way to Paris, right? Unless you're living there. But this is actually what the demo screen looks like, and it looks actually very simple. I think if it's a demo, I think they're gonna fix things up. I hope this is not like the actual screen. I think there will be other things behind it. And I like how it's very simplistic, but at the same time, it brings us in. It kind of looks like a thriller horror movie since it's like green and dark and looks glitchy like a computer system. But yeah, we press A and then Pokemon ZA is the title screen. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Pokemon ZA. Comment down below if you're excited. The other image is this guy putting his fist in the air. His ass got an Absolite. No, he couldn't just find it on the ground. I think he got it from someone like a trainer, because these Mega Stones are kind of hard to get, It says that an Absol holding this stone will be able to Mega Evolve during battle. It is white and blue. And this is basically what the summary looks like for Pokemon, like the stats. Apparently, if there's a lot of other ones, not just attack and defense. Like if a Pokemon has more speed and accuracy. Wait, I just realized accuracy is gone. So that means that if there is no accuracy, we don't have to really worry about landing moves, because it's all up to how the other trainer moves their Pokemon. Because it's all about dodging now and doing all that sort of stuff. I think if a Pokemon is higher speed, they could be able to run faster, and the Pokemon that are like lower, they'll just be more sluggish. And the special defense is still there. It says that special defense went up with 18 and defense went down with 15. And maybe that could be the nature. It's default. There's also a way to show how big the size of the Pokemon is. I don't know why you really need this. Maybe it's for when you're battling in real life. You can't really know how the Pokemon looks. Like if you think that a Pokemon is big, but in actual reality they're small. So I think this size classification would go all the way to X large. But for now, Chikorita's a medium. How is she a medium? I thought she was very small. So that means that I think Weedle, like something very, very tiny, like, which one? What am I talking about? Like Gimmighoul, like, those Gimmighoul coins, that really small Pokemon? Or something like Flabebe. That would be very, very, very small. The X small. And this is basically the moveset. We could change the order of how the moves are. It would be like tackle, leafage. It's in 4 boxes as always, no more, no less. And right here is the menu. We could see that there is boxes. We could store our Pokemon just like any other game. It's like we don't have to go to Pokemon Center now to do those PCs. Do you guys remember those old times? We had to manually walk to Pokemon Center, but now we have our own boxes. And the satchel, I like how this is kind of looks like a Pecha Berry. And yeah, the ZA Royale. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is that this is the same thing Jet is in the title screen. Instead of the professor, I thought it would be Professor Maple, since, Maple is basically the professor now, but it's Jet. And another thing is a recreated map that it seems that there's no extra parts. It's just the whole city. We could basically explore this whole thing within a matter of a few hours, I think. Because there's just only we could know there's only a few sections in Lumiose City. And these are like the wild zones. Wait, I think there should be way more wild zones than this. Because I thought there would be like 20 to 30. Like there's no way there's only like 5 wild zones in here. Like all these unexplored areas we still need to explore. And this exclamation mark, I think it shows that there's a quest that we have to do, or we have to go there basically. A navigation system. Another last map I want to show you guys is when we're at Hotel Z, there's a way to show this is the night zone and the red barriers are all indicated on the map. to show you guys like where the dangers are and where trainers maybe are lurking. The funny thing is that in nighttime as well, or this is actually not the nighttime, it's kind of a glitch, I don't know, because it seems that it's very dark outside, but there's still the green fence. But once again, this is the demo, so they're gonna fix things up. These look very tasty. It looks like macarons, but they're actually the Lumiose galette, the famous one, where it's famous pastry that everybody eats. This person looks like Mabel, just selling it. Harmony is getting the Lumiose galette, and there's a lot of other food stands that I missed, but just expect to have a lot more food that will boost their Pokemon attacks, like the sandwiches in Scarlet and Violet. So thank you all for watching. Those are all the pictures I showed. To end this video off, I'm going to show you guys the Mega Greninja. Someone posted a vector and how the Mega Greninja will look like in ZA, like the battle animations. It looks extremely cool. I like how it's very fluid and it's very, very fast. I just can't imagine how fast it's going to be in real-time battles. It's just dodging. Look at that. Like, he's like a ninja. He could even just disappear into the dust clouds. And when he jumps, he goes straight back down. It's very, very fast. Like, that's a very crazy animation. So that's all for today. Comment down below what you guys are most looking forward to for the Mega Evolutions. Like, which Pokemon do you think will be next? Be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But thank you all for watching, and goodbye.